It's changed a little bit since Wilbur and Orville were here. What do you think, hon?
It's a little bit more touristy.
Yeah, there's a word. Welcome to the Wright Brothers National Memorial, located in Kill Double Hills, North Carolina, right here on the Outer Banks. To get into the memorial, it's going to cost $10 for anyone who is 16 years or older, unless you have a pass, such as the America the Beautiful pass. And the eye that just popped up will take you to a video that will explain all about that pass. And as we pan out, Cheryl and I are pretty much on aviation's sacred ground here. Why? Well, the Wright brothers changed history by being the first ones ever to fly a successfully controlled and sustained motor-powered aircraft, and they called it the Wright Flyer. And North Carolina is pretty proud of the brothers that it happened in their state. I mean, if Cheryl and I were North Carolinians, this is what Maggie's plate would look like. See? First in flight. Where do you want to go first, babe?
Let's go into the gift shop so I can get one of those passport books for the national parks.
All right.
I got my first book.
The passport
Finally
book.
got it. So
And we're getting our first stamp.
my first stamp.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right, we've moved to the museum now. One of the first things that you see here is the first flight photo. It was taken December 17th, 1903 at 10:35 in the morning, capturing the day aviation history was made. How cool is that, huh?
That's cool.
Wondering where Orville and Wilbur got their inspiration for aviation? Right here, this toy. They ended up calling it the Bat. Their father gave it to them in 1878. You just turn the propeller, it tightens the elastic band. When you let it go, it actually flies. The museum has displays all about the brothers and the timelines of when things happen. A few key points though, the Wright brothers opened a printing company in 1889 and a very successful bicycle company in 1892.
By the year 1900, they were ready to put all their ideas about flying to the test. But they needed a place with constant wind for lift, soft sand for landing, and privacy so no one would steal their ideas.
Their answer to that would come from a gentleman named Bill Tate, who was the Kitty Hawk postmaster. He convinced them that Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, on the Outer Banks, had everything that they were looking for. So on September 13th, 1900, Wilbur showed up at his door to assemble the glider that the brothers would use for testing, and he stayed right there at Bill Tate's house. Orville showed up 2 weeks later and put the finishing touches on.
To commemorate the assembly of the glider, the residents of the town got together in 1928 to erect the monument showing where that assembly happened.
Yeah, that's on private property, but you can see it from the road. You're looking at a replica of the history-making 1903 Wright Flyer. It had two propellers that were powered by a 4-cylinder 12-horsepower engine. If you want to see the original Wright Flyer, it is on display at the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Now, the buildings that you're looking at here are replicas of what the Wright Brothers camp would have looked like in 1903. The building on the right was their living quarters and workshop. Now, looking on the inside, it's set up sort of like it would have been around the time, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
The other building is the hangar for the famous 1903 Wright Flyer. This is how the camp looks today, but this is how it looked back in 1903.
The Wright Brothers Memorial on top of the dune is the highest point in the Outer Banks.
Yeah, and the Wright brothers used the dune to test their gliders so they could tweak them. But they were only here on the Outer Banks a few months each year. Then they'd go home to Dayton, Ohio with the results and build a new glider for the following year.
The memorial was dedicated in 1932. It was a very rare occasion when a national monument is dedicated to someone who not only is still living, but was at the dedication. Yes, Orville attended the dedication.
And the monument may look solid, but it's actually hollow. It used to be the visitor center. Yeah, you could go inside. And from what we researched, though, there's not much in there. The floor is black granite. And the two busts of the brothers that are on the outside, they used to be on the inside. But towards the back, there is a narrow staircase that leads to the top of the monument. You could go up there and see the whole park.
I wish it was still open.
Or you and me both, you know, would be all over that. So this is where they tested their gliders. Let's go see where they made history. All right, guys, how fitting is this? There is a biplane flying above us right now, hon. Tell me you're getting this.
I think I got it.
The Wright Flyer was a biplane. I wonder if he's coming here, because there's actually an airport here.
So cool.
And this is that airport that we were talking about right here on the memorial. It's called First Flight Airstrip. You can actually come here with your plane. All right, everyone, we hope you enjoyed the visit here at the Wright Brothers National Memorial. And if you did, we'd appreciate that thumbs up as always. You want to become part of the Grow and Get Gone With Us gang? Right down there in the corner, just click it and you're in.
If you have any questions or comments, you can put them right down below, or you could just say hi.
Because we'll say hi back, we always do. If you want to keep up to date with everything that we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook. Because until our next video, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Cheryl.
We're Get Gone With Us. Bye.
Bye.